There we go. Greetings, everyone, and
Hola.
welcome to this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
Hola, Craig. ¿Cómo
Hola,
estás?
señor Piñera.
I'm Daniel Pineda.
Hola, Alessandra in Mexico.
Hola, Adele. And here we go with
Hey,
another show. This show somewhere around the middle part of June 2015. Boy, how do you like that? Been gone for a couple of weeks,
Yeah,
and
on assignment.
Everything is still here. It's still here.
We
But
haven't left.
It's good to be back. A couple of weeks off will do wonders in the great city of Seattle. But news and community bulletin board, our usual lineup here tonight. Easy being green, and it's Adele with
Easy being green.
I almost
We fell apart.
I almost forgot. He wanted to do take two on that. Our
Those 2 weeks really did something to you.
Yeah,
it really
I tell
something
ya.
happened. Our CBB file, news for seniors, and our Rich Remembers, another one of our Rich Remembers segments that's been quite popular lately, so I hear.
Yes,
Absolutely.
a really neat show.
And then Miriam Gennari with her Sustainable Scoop. She's speaking with Jerry Achtermann, who is a 7th grader and has some pretty cool ideas.
Whippersnapper.
That's our show, but before we go, here's a social media reminder from my partner
Absolutely, Mr. Nolan. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. And also facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. Mr. Nolan?
there. All right, here we go. News for Seniors glasses in place. And our first
News for
story
Seniors.
for the evening, this week's show is, here's a news story with a twist. At first it looks like really bad news, but it gets better. A new Crystal City-based government facility that would have hired about 1,000 people has been suspended as a result of an injunction filed in February. The building was leased to house a portion of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, normally referred to as USIS. They needed the space to process deferred actions for parents of Americans and lawful permanent residents. They were also going to handle the expanded caseload resulting from the deferred action for childhood arrivals. The injunction stopped all that. However, the building won't be vacant for long. USIS confirmed to a news outlet that it will occupy the space under the name of the Potomac Service Center. The center should be up and running by August of this year, and they've already started hiring. So that's bad news, but good news as well. Daniel.
Well, Craig, the Wakefield High School's French program won exemplary program honors from the American Association of Teachers of French, or AATF. Wakefield is one of 10 national winners. Wakefield increased its number of French students over the past 4 years. It also has early language learning in middle school and advanced classes, including AP. To round things out, the school has AATF National French Contest competitors, with some who made it to the French National Honor Society. The American Association of Teachers of French is the globe's biggest French teachers association. Craig.
All right, Daniel, and more good news for scholarship awardees. 9 graduating seniors at Arlington schools have won $1,000 each in scholarship money. That'll always help. 6 came from Arlington school administrators. The remaining 3 scholarships came from the Arlington School Administrators Associates Retirees Group. The winners are, and my apologies in advance if I don't get everyone's name correctly, Rita Hussein Zhang, Grace Lee Rosa Barrera Alicia Bynum, Franklin Gomez, Saavedra Celeste, Meadows Andrew, Paredes Nancy Rosas, and Uriah Trong Vicky Vo. Congratulations to all of those scholarship winners. Daniel.
What an achievement, Mr. Nolan. Congratulations goes out to all of them.
You bet.
Well, Craig, Artisphere hosted its final performance on Sunday, June the 7th. It will close for good at the end of June. The Art Hub was originally supposed to be a hangout for local arts groups and a frequent draw for the Arlington community. It had Wi-Fi cafe and hosted a local theater group on campus to support this initiative. In the end, Artisphere booted out the local theater company, closed the cafe, and hosted mostly out-of-town artists with one-time visitors. Citing a 2014 report from the news website ARL Now, or Arlington Now, 75% of the Artist Fair's audience actually came from outside Arlington, and 83% of its artists came from outside Virginia. Their website, artistfair.com, has posted a farewell message. Craig.
And Daniel, also in our news stories, well, if you love singing competitions, and most of us do, then you've probably watched shows like American Idol, X Factor, or The Voice. Well, local 8th grader Samantha Rios is making it big on La Voz Kids, the popular Spanish language kids-only version of The Voice. She's 13, she's a Kenmore middle schooler. She spent time in May at Universal Studios' Telemundo set in Orlando. Samantha called the experience stressful and hard work, but she did have the opportunity to work with vocal and choreography coaches. She also had the opportunity to meet popular musician Daddy Yankee, and she made it to the top 12 of the semifinal round before she was voted off. Rios is a member of the Washington Performing Arts Society's Children of the Gospel Choir. Congratulations.
Felicidades, Samantha, La Voz.
La Voz. Very nice, Daniel. Okay, is that it for news? That's it for news. We'll be back with our CBB file right after we hear from Adele Quo. And
It's easy being green. Now we got it right.
Hey, all right.
Here's
Well,
Adele.
thanks, guys. It is easy being green this Father's Day. Some dads here, like Mr. Frog, Joe Tree Frog's dad, are super eco-friendly already. Yet we can always find ways to celebrate the most important guys in our lives while leaving a smaller imprint on our planet. Courtesy of EarthShare, let's get the word out on these great ideas for Father's Day. For Golfer Dad, recyclable products such as biodegradable golf tees and golf balls made of rawhide instead of plastic help him sport green on the greens. For Fisherman Father, turn him onto a vintage fishing pole instead of a new one. And if you read up on sustainable fishing and fair access to fish, you can impress him with your cutting-edge knowledge while hanging out waiting for the big catch. For your nature daddy, the great outdoors is calling. There's plenty of hiking, biking, and water trails in our area to explore while bonding with Dad. Since he's outdoorsy, give the gift of trees, or make a tradition to plant a Father's Day native tree. For Workout Dad, if he's still using those one-time use plastic water bottles, it's definitely time to give him a reusable water bottle. There's even self-filtering models. Or maybe outfit him in eco-friendly workout threads or gear. It's more his style? Check out companies such as Gaia and Natural Fitness for workout gear and goods utilizing recycled rubber and materials. For Gadget Dad, hand-cranked or solar-powered chargers can help load up all his smartphones and tablets on the go or on the next family trip. And for Grill Daddy, Father's Day and grilling a great meal go hand in hand. So hit up your local farmer's market for some local organic veggies and get cooking. So lastly, just plain hanging out with Dad, nothing beats sharing a cold green brew on his special day. So pick up some local organic beers or brew your own, and cheers. Remember, it's easy being green, celebrating Dad and our environment. Happy Father's Day,
Yes.
everyone.
And Adele,
right.
talking about
Thanks, Adele.
Daddy Yankee, that frog is a Daddy Yankee.
That's right. Look at that.
I think I fall into a new category called Gopher Dad. I mean, I'm always, it seemed to be not quite Golfer Dad,
Not
Gopher
quite,
Dad,
but almost,
and a
so.
couple of the Gadget Dad. But that's a great idea, great list. Thanks, Adele. We appreciate
You're
your
welcome.
efforts.
Thank you,
All right,
Adele.
moving right along with our CBB Community Bulletin Board file. Here we go. Roslyn's movies are in action right now, and they'll be held at Gateway Park at 1300 Lee Highway every Friday night until August 28th. This year's theme is LOL Fridays, quotable comedies. You can visit their website at roslyn.org/do/outdoor film fest for more details. Coming up on June 26th, you can watch comedians David Spade and Chris Farley in 1995's Tommy Boy. On July 3rd, the iconic Ferris Bueller's Day Off with Matthew Broderick and Mia Sara. That will be shown. So check out the movies on Friday nights. They're There's bound to be something there you might want to see. Daniel.
Yes, Craig. Well, Lumber Run Amphitheater has a full summer program of free events. Visit arlingtonarts.org to learn more about it. Here are just a few of the events you might be interested in. The U.S. Army's 18-piece jazz ensemble, Pershing's Own, will play the Army Blues. That's on Friday, June the 19th at 8 p.m. Learn more information at usaarmyband.com. Then on Saturday, June the 20th at 8 p.m., Signature Theater's top leading ladies will sing their favorite show tunes. Their taste spans the gamut from Rodgers and Hammerstein to Irving Berlin. Visit sigtheater.org to learn more about our locally based, nationally acclaimed Tony Award-winning performance company. The next day, on Sunday, the 21st at 6 p.m., the Shane Gamble Trio will play their guitar-heavy, contemporary country and Americana-based music, themed Tom Petty and Bruce Springsteen with a modern country twist. Visit ShaneGamble.com to hear him before the live event. And then finally, Wednesday, June the 24th at 8 p.m., Lumber Run will feature the Arlington's Heroes Barbershop-style choral singing group.
Arlington's.
Arlington.
They would probably be first to remind you of that. Yes. Thanks, Danny. Here we go. Another with our CBB item. The Department of Parks and Recreation needs volunteers, classes adjustment, to help people with disabilities learn how to swim. They offer adapted aquatics classes for everyone from young children to adults. The volunteers will assist participants by providing support and encouragement. Trained staff will lead the classes in addition to providing training and guidance for the volunteers. Experience working with individuals with disabilities is a plus, but not required. For more information on this volunteer opportunity, give them a call. Here's their number, 703-228-4738. Daniel.
Well, Opera Nova needs volunteer school coordinators to increase attendees at their family opera next year. Over the summer break, volunteers would help with various research, marketing, and other outreach tasks geared towards preschool and K-6 school students and parents. To learn more information, just give them an email. That's at mcdm1@verizon.net.
Opera Nova. All right, moving right along now is our News for Seniors segment. Here we go. Meet the art dealer who discovered Monet, Renoir, Degas, and Cassatt. Art historian Joan Hart will provide a sneak preview of an exhibition honoring Durand Ruel at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. The event will be held Monday, June 22, from 1 to 2:45 in the afternoon at Aurora Hills. There's a small charge for this one, so to find out about that and more, give them a call. Here's their number, 703-228-5722. Daniel.
Well, Craig, joining a master gardener volunteer for insight on how to attract birds, butterflies, and other wildlife to your yard by landscaping with native plants and creating the right natural habitat. You will be amazed at the visitors your garden will attract. The presentation is at Langston Brown on June the 23rd between 2 to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 703-228-6300 for more information. Mr. Nolan.
All right, sir. And also in our News for Seniors file on June 24, the Virginia Extension Center will investigate how health and wealth interact with each other. This presentation is designed to motivate participants to implement behavioral changes that simultaneously improve their health and personal finances. The class covers 25 steps that include tracking your current behavior, unloading your childhood baggage, and thinking balance, not sacrifice. The presentation will be held at Arlington Mill on Wednesday, June 24, from 6:30 to 8:30 in the evening. For more information, give them a call. Here is their number, 703-228-7369. Daniel.
Well, Craig, learn the many benefits of water for your brain and body. Virginia Healthcare Service Representative Kelly Arthur will provide facts and tips about staying hydrated and healthy. That's on Thursday, June the 25th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Walter Reed Senior Center. For more information, give them a call at 703-228-0955. And as always, Mr. Nolan, we want to thank our own Judy Masomni.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank you so much, Judy, for all your hard work
And thanks to Nord as well.
Yes.
Nord helps with these
Absolutely.
senior announcements as
Thank
well.
you,
So
Nord.
thanks to Judy and our very own Nord Beckerman.
Yes.
Okay, we'll be back with a quick bye-bye if we have time here right after our next installment of Rich Remembers.
Hi, this is Rich Masabny with the Arlington Weekly News. Carol Channing, one of the nicest people I've ever met, whether showbiz or just anything. Again, getting back to the Shoreham Hotel, because as I said, the Shoreham Hotel, I mean, that was the biggest place in the world, at least for Washington. I mean, only the big acts were there, the biggest acts. And she was there to do her show, and they usually had a reception after the show. They had a reception. And some of the critics and other people, maybe there'd be about 10, 15 of us, and I was there. And I remember it like it was yesterday, yet it was about 1960. And she was there, and I don't know, she said something to me about your mother. And I don't remember why she mentioned my mother. I just don't remember that why. But the point is, the important thing was, she goes back into her dressing room and comes out with a handful of, you know, she did a bit of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. And she had black cosmetic diamonds. I mean, you know, not expensive stuff. Black diamonds. And when she did her show, like at the Shoreham, she'd say, you know, diamonds are a girl's best friend, and throw some out. Well, she gave me a bunch to give to my mother, because I had told her my mother was a big fan of Carol Channing. So I kind of remember that. And now let's go back to the news desk.
All right,
Yankee
ooh,
that.
moved over here. Rich Remembers, it's good to see our old friend Rich back and remembering and reminiscing again. You look good, Rich, and we miss you, and we need you back here.
We miss you,
soon as
Rich,
you're
and we
feeling
love
up
you.
to it. All right, and we're just about ready for our next installment. No, they're still looking, they're still searching, so I guess we're going to play with Joe Tree Frog for a while, Joe and Joe Jr., and they're getting ready for Father's Day, I guess. I mean,
Father's Day Sunday.
Father's Day Sunday coming up. Okay, and I've gotten the cue now, so here we go with another edition of Sustainable Scoop with Miriam Gennari.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. My guest today is Jerry Achtermann. He's a 7th grader at Luther Jackson Middle School. But instead of thinking about vacation, which I'm sure you're thinking
Yes.
of, you're also talking about a very big goal. Tell us your goal, Jerry.
I've started a petition for the Fairfax County Public Schools to switch from their polystyrene trays that they're using back to a more sustainable option.
And what that option might be, we don't know.
Right.
But you just want them to stop using those styrofoam
Yes,
trays.
yes, that's the goal.
Just once and then throwing them away.
Exactly.
All right, well, you recently talked to the school board in Fairfax County, and we have your speech. So we're going to go ahead and watch it now.
Great.
Let's watch.
Come before you to speak about the process for approving the budget plan. The process should address whether the budget should include some funding for switching to non-polystyrene lunch trays in FCPS cafeterias. These trays, as you know, are sent to a facility that burns the trays for energy. That sounds good until you learn that polystyrene, or styrofoam, contains the chemicals styrene and benzene. Both are suspected carcinogens and neurotoxins, and styrene leaches into food and drink that comes into contact with it. Exposure to styrene is also linked to skin irritation, chromosomal damage, fatigue, lack of concentration, and thinking and learning disabilities. It should be self-explanatory that polystyrene is hazardous to human health. Polystyrene is also detrimental to the environment. It is petroleum-based and the second most detrimental material to Earth, according to the EPA. I did the math, and if 140,000 students in FCPS buy lunch in schools every day, that's 25,200,000 polystyrene trays that are getting burned each year, and a lot of nasty chemicals. What does this add up to? FCPS is wasting resources and polluting the environment, to say nothing of the danger they are putting every single student in by exposing them to such a dangerous material. This practice needs to be stopped. The best alternative would be purchasing reusable trays and washing them in dishwashers. But this would be difficult to do in the short term because it would have a high upfront cost, although it would be cheaper in the end, since most trays would not have to continually be purchased. An alternative that could be adopted more quickly is to switch to biodegradable or compostable trays. There are many options, such as paper, cardboard, cornstarch, and even palm leaf, and the cost of purchasing them may not even be higher than polystyrene. Even if it does cost a little more money, it is better than the health costs of exposing our students, teachers, and community to the dangers of polystyrene. I have started a petition to urge the school board to phase out the use of polystyrene in our cafeterias. Hundreds of people have signed already, and I am continuing to publicize it and get more signatures. The Washington Post recently reported that 6 of the largest school districts in the country have stopped using polystyrene. Arlington and Montgomery County Public Schools are following suit. Fairfax County needs to be next. I hope the school board will address this urgent issue immediately for the sake of the environment and the health of students. Thank you.
Jerry, that was a fantastic speech.
Thank you.
You cited facts, you stayed on point, and you know what I really was touched by was you conveyed the emotion that I hear so many young people feel about how policymakers fail to protect the environment.
Thank you. I was so glad I was able to do that.
Now, Fairfax County is enormous, over 200,000 students are in the schools, and it's a gigantic county. What kind of response have you gotten?
I've gotten a lot of very good responses from signers of my petition.
Tell us what they said.
Among them is there's really no good reason to continue the use of polystyrene when there are so many viable, ecologically sensitive alternatives. Please make the switch.
Tell us another.
It's horrifying that schools are still using toxic substances to feed food to children, a population that is so vulnerable to toxins.
May I read one?
Yes.
We don't need these dangerous materials in our children's schools or landfills. Do what Jerry says.
Another one, it's the 21st century. We know of better alternatives for our children's health and our planet. There's no excuse for having these toxic trays in our schools.
All right, in this last one it says Fairfax County should follow Arlington County and eliminate polystyrene trays from the school's lunchrooms. And I want to just correct that yes, Arlington County has gotten rid of its styrofoam lunch trays, but they still serve soup in styrofoam. All right, that's all the time we have. What do we need people to do?
If you've not done so already, please sign my petition online and share the link to the clip on your website with everyone, with everyone you can, and post it on Facebook and Twitter to just get more publicity for this endeavor. Because
we will do that, Jerry.
Thank you.
We will do that. And viewers,
so much.
again, please go to the Sustainable Scoop on YouTube and look up Jerry Achtermann. I'm Miriam Gennari. That's the Sustainable Scoop. Back to the news desk. Great job, young man.
Thank you.
Good stuff. All right.
Great.
Thanks, Miriam, and young master Jerry Achtermann.
Yeah.
Seventh grader out in Fairfax. Boy, listen
Keep up the good work.
The new wave is coming. Holy cow.
Man.
That's it. Thanks, Miriam. And that's our show, but I guess we have to...
Well, before we leave, it's
go,
our pre-Father's Day special.
pre-Father's
I think we
Challenge.
should
Challenge.
hear from Craig here, who's been on vacation.
Yeah.
Or on assignment.
All right, well...
Some whistling while
Okay,
we
well, I was going to try to do whistle
smile.
while you work
Yes.
while I'm smiling,
Ready?
so I'll try
All
to...
right.
Okay, that's it. That's as much as I
That's
can
pretty
do.
cool.
Whistle while you work.
Good job.
And,
encore.
encore.
Thanks to Alejandra, who's watching us out there somewhere from Mexico.
Hola.
Thank you, Alejandra. And
Mexico.
thanks to all of
Thank
you for
you.
watching this edition
the
of the
Peruvians.
Arlington Weekly News. Next week, if you're there, we'll be here and we'll do it all again. Have a safe week. Bye-bye.
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 Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, everyone.